Hey YouTubers, Simpson Eco Farms here. So what we have is our front yard garden. In this shot, you can see a variegated tomato plant. Actually did really well this year. We didn't clock in any of the how much produce we actually got off of it. We've just been testing it out to see how well it worked. Next year we'll probably be seeing the actual poundage we got off of the plant. But you can actually notice a little bit of variegation in the leaves there, or sorry, in the tomatoes. And even on the leaves, it's somewhat disappeared out of the plant, which is kind of interesting. Here we have a purple tomatillo, which is sprawled all across the floor here. We have some basil, beefsteak tomato. There's some mammoth dill intertwined in here. This is our Buddha's hand citron, which we have in a pot, which we bring in at the end of the year. Here's green okra. You can see a little flower on there right now. We have rue, which we use as a bug preventative / companion plant. Now, as you can see, we've been battling some earwigs, and they kind of go to town on our basil and our Swiss chard and everything like that. Even our purple Brussels sprouts. So basil. We also have a little line of lettuce, which is Redina lettuce, all along the pathway here. Basil. Here's our purple Brussels sprout. As you can see, it's getting pretty big, about 3 feet, 3.5 feet or so. You can see the Brussels sprouts in there. And they're all purple. Thought that was kind of a neat variety. Hot pepper, I believe this is a penis pepper, and it's the red variety. We also have some red celery, which did not turn out well. I believe this is actually because of just being the plant itself, and it's not really ready for the public, in my personal opinion. It's all spindly. It's not like the real green lettuce, but it's definitely got its novelty factor. There's a little bit bigger of a one, and these have been in full sun, so it's not like there's been any issue. Completely green, no bug problems. Purple basil. And here is our ground cherry. This is Aunt Molly's. Now every year I've grown this, from what I've found, it's been prone to spider mite problems. Now I've grown other ground cherries. I can't remember which one it was, but I picked the seed packet up at Richter's many years ago, and the only thing about it was that it flowers late in the season, as compared to this one, which puts out fruit very early on. But if it's prone to spider mites, it's just not worth it. Like, even though we have it all around our basil plants and okra and everything like that, there weren't enough beneficial insects in order to kind of keep the population down. So I would highly suggest getting a different variety of ground cherry. I got some bell peppers on a tiny little bush there, more red celery. Pepper plant, and it never sprouted any fruit. Got these seeds off of a friend, and of course, they could have come from anywhere, so. That's another purple tomatillo, and we actually have some strawberries up at the front in our ditch. I'm going to get out of the sun there. And they're just starting. We actually got a little pink flower over here. As you can see, it's right where our ditch is. And we just have a couple things up the front here. That's just a ginger, and that's just a cutting of a Meyer lemon. We also have a San Marzano pepper, or sorry, San Marzano tomato. actually produce really, really well. They're a very meaty tomato. Very little juice. Great for pasta sauces. And another one of our purple Brussels sprouts. This one was planted a little bit later in the season. As you can tell, there's very little Brussels, I guess you would call them, on it. Or sprouts. And underneath our evergreens, our pines, we have purple shishu. Really tasty plant. Great herb for salads, burgers, smoothies. Look at the color on the thing. I'm not sure if that picks up well on the iPhone, but it is a stunning purple. So I'm guessing it's got great phytonutrients and everything in there. Below we have some cilantro. And here we have a hydroponic casa banana. Now this one was also planted a little bit too late in the season, so we haven't gotten any fruit off of it, and it's we're almost at the end of our growing season, so I'm not sure we're going to be getting anything off of it. That's our cherry apple. And they're actually just starting to sprout out some leaves, so that's good. That's about it. Well, we took some cuttings of our indigo haskap. That's basically our front yard garden.